Welcome to Matt Talks Mortgage, the place where we talk about anything and everything you need to know about purchasing and refinancing a home. I'm Matt Ballmeyer, and for over 13 years, I've been helping families and individuals navigate the mortgage process with confidence. So whether you're a first-time home buyer, a seasoned homeowner, or somewhere in between, this is going to be your trusted resource to make smart mortgage decisions. On this site and my YouTube channel, you're going to find clear explanations, local insights, and strategies designed to help you build wealth through real estate here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and beyond. So I'm glad you're here, and let's make your next move a confident one. Welcome to Matt Talks Mortgage, where we talk about anything and everything that you need to know about purchasing or refinancing your home. If you're buying a home in Dallas, Fort Worth in 2026, one of the biggest questions I'm getting right now is, should I go FHA or conventional? And more importantly, which one actually saves me more money? I think the question is which one's the right move? Worried about making the wrong decision, which makes sense. Because the truth is, the cheapest option on paper isn't always the cheapest option long-term, or maybe even accomplishes your long-term financial goals. So today I'm going to break this down in a simple, real-world way so you can decide what makes sense for you. So in 2026, we are seeing a little bit higher home prices compared, pre-2020 levels. Buyers are a little bit more payment sensitive, right? Because we have seen rates go up. And there's a lot of confusion online around FHA versus conventional. So for instance, I see buyers default because they hear maybe it's easier or lower down payment or lower credit requirements. But easier doesn't always mean cheaper or the right move, especially here in Dallas, Fort Worth. So let's break this down the right way, and you could decide which one makes the most sense for you. So let's talk about FHA loans. FHA loans are government-backed loans designed to help buyers who may have a lower credit score. They may need a lower down payment, or maybe a little bit earlier in their homeownership journey. So really the basics of an FHA loan is 3.5% down. Many places allow scores as low as 580, and in some cases a little bit lower. They have more flexible debt to income ratios. So just meaning your debt to income ratio could be a little bit higher. And all of that sounds great so far, but here's where buyers get a little bit surprised. So there is FHA mortgage insurance, and there's actually two on FHA loans. One is called an upfront mortgage insurance premium. Now, this is added onto the loan amount, so you do not pay this out of pocket at closing, but is, of course, eating a little bit into the equity and taking a little bit away of the down payment you put down. Second, you have monthly mortgage insurance. Now, this one does not fall off unless you refinance or sell the house. And that monthly mortgage insurance can quietly cost you, tens of thousands of dollars over a long period of time. Now, what is a conventional loans? Conventional loans are not government-backed and reward much stronger credit, cleaner overall financial profiles. They do favor slightly higher down payments. So really the basics is, if you are a first-time home buyer, you can go as low as 3% down. Typically, you're going to see better interest rates, or they say better pricing once credit is above 680. Private mortgage insurance, or they call it PMI, that actually can be removed without refinancing. So that last part is huge, right? Once you reach around 20% equity, PMI can be either one, removed automatically, or we can request that the servicer remove it. And there's a few different ways that they do that, whether it be through an appraisal or an automated valuation system that they use. And that alone can save buyers hundreds of dollars per month, and of course, thousands over a long period of time. So let's use a simple DFW example, right? So purchase price, let's call it $400,000, and we're gonna put down the minimum down payment. So and we're gonna say we're gonna plan on staying in the home 5 to 7 years. Now, in an FHA scenario, right, there's a lower upfront barrier, right? We are gonna see a lower rate on an FHA loan because it's backed by the government. You are gonna see, however, permanent mortgage insurance and maybe a higher total cost over time. Now, in that same conventional loan scenario, we might need to have higher credit. That PMI might fall off depending upon how much you're putting down. And there's a little bit more flexibility long-term with your loan options. And of course, it's often going to be a little bit cheaper if you plan on staying there for a long period of time. So in many cases, I do see Dallas buyers or Fort Worth buyers choose to go with an FHA loan because it seems like the path of least resistance. But when we compare the options for the right person, sometimes conventional actually could be the right move. Now, FHA is still an amazing option. Don't get me wrong. And for those who maybe have a recovering credit score, you need more flexibility today. The goal is to buy now and refinance later. Again, there's nothing wrong with an FHA loan as long as it's a part of a good short-term and long-term strategy. So the mistake is choosing an FHA without running a comparison, or maybe having a plan to get out of it long term. So the real question we should ask is not which loan is easier, it's which loan saves me the most money for how long I'll own this home, and which one is going to help me accomplish my short-term and long-term financial goals. So that's where working with a local mortgage advisor really matters, right? Because that's the difference between someone who's just quoting you rates and payment and someone who's sitting down and planning out your future so that you are successful both today and long term. So if you're buying a home in DFW in 2026 and trying to decide between FHA and conventional, I'm happy to run both scenarios side by side so you could see the real numbers for yourself. If this was helpful, please make sure to like and to subscribe. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out either through phone, email, or text, and happy to hop on a call with you and see how I can assist. Again, I'm Matt Ballmeyer, and I'll see you next time.